focusing on the 18th hole today in our final round of coverage here at the Hurricane Invitational 10th Annual, brought to you by Alpha Insurance, local agent Nate Gaiman. Agency providing today's footage. We are going to focus. We've moved our one camera over, so we are going to have you smack dab in the middle of the action on 18 for those final putts as our groups come in to complete their round here this afternoon and this morning, still in the morning hour. We will try to glance over at 9 when we can, but our main focus today is going to be watching the groups come in on 18. As we can see, we've got a group in the fairway already. Let's see who's going first. Our gentleman in the middle. You can see what he's looking at, the flag stick there. And we are just underway. We'll get pull up my stats here in a minute and see if we can live scoring available through Scoreboard, presented by Clipped, the new scoring software and live platform that the NCAA is using. '18 gave the groups a little bit of trouble yesterday. A lot of guys were missing off the green, back left. And looks like it may be a little bit more favorable pin placement here in the final round. Yeah, I think I mentioned we could give you a little bit of coverage on 9, but we are going to go quick check in, grab our trusty laptop here, iPad, and see where we are at scoring wise to give you an update if you're not following along. Looks like we'll go back over to 18 here for this next shot. I get a little bit over. Quick peek at 9 as the guys are getting in position here on 18. Looks like we are back to Back to AT, North Georgia is running away with this thing. The Nighthawks currently minus 23. West Florida is in second place at 14 under. Lincoln Memorial 9 under. Georgia Southwestern 6 under. Anderson at 4. They're tied with Lee 4 under par, tied for 5th. Valdosta State also under par as a team, 3 under overall. They're in 7th place. Those are your 5 teams that are playing under par. For the tournament. All right, nobody in the fairway at the moment, so we will and nobody at 9, so we'll just keep it here for a second. All right, let me see if I can find out that group, and we'll see if we can track who's coming in. Okay, so that last group was Kavanaugh group, Columbus State, so let's find where the Kavanaugh group is on our handy dandy scoreboard. There we go, Jackson Kavanaugh, they teed off. They started their day at 9, so we're halfway through. That was USC Aiken's Carl Frisk, Parker Highsmith from Valdosta State, and Jackson Kavanaugh out of Columbus State just finished up. So let's see here. So we're going to still have a Valdosta State, Columbus State, a couple of pairings coming through here. Well, they're still out in the fairway, or not quite to the fairway yet, so I guess we'll step aside. we are going to be here with you for a while, so we're going to leave the mic on for a second. We'll send it out to the fairway. There's nothing happening out there, but and there's actually nothing happening on 9 as well, so I can't even float you over there. So we'll lead you at the fairway of 18, and we'll be back in just a moment. Thank you for officially tuning in now that we've passed the 11:30 time slot. We are off and running. So our next group will be Eric Olin, Elad Sebag, and Russell Makepeace coming up. Again, we've got 2 groups ahead of us coming from USC Aiken, Valdosta State, and Columbus State. They're next to the fairway here on 18 when we resume. Again, just stepping away from the mic for a second. We'll be right back here on the Peach Belt Conference Sports Network. Georgia Southwestern State University's 10th Annual Hurricane Invitational, brought to you by Alpha Insurance, local agent Nate Gaiman. All right, that was a nice shot there, right up by the flagstick. We can get a little closer than that one. Let's go back out into the fairway. I think we still got one more shot to go off there. Again, you're looking at USC Aiken, Valdosta State, and your Columbus State, rather. Eric Olin, Elad Sebag, and Russell Makepeace. Fooled me on that one. So I believe this will be Columbus State. They're wearing navy today. Right up there. Couple of balls right up by the flag stick. Yeah, much tighter shots to the pin than there were yesterday. Look at that. Couple right by each other as these guys make their way up to 18. We've got another group of USC Aiken, Valdosta State, Columbus State coming up behind this threesome. And then you'll see a steady diet of Georgia Southwestern, starting with Mateo Quiroga. Mateo, it'll be Georgia Southwestern, Anderson, and Lee. You got a steady diet of those pairings coming your way after these next two groups go through. So we're over on the 18th now. A couple of hopefully makeable birdie putts coming our way here as we get things started on our broadcast of the final round coverage of the Hurricane Invitational. If we see a couple stick to that side of the pin, we may have to move that little camera just to the right. That's two holes in a row where they just had one just on the cusp of being out of the shot. And actually the person putting will be out of the shot on this particular effort, on this hole, this group. But the good news is we've got a couple other camera angles to cover it. And that one will be coming right in your living room, which will be great. All right, so where are we? We're looking up. Take more of a whole view. All right, let's follow this one all the way into the hole. So this should be Columbus State getting ready to putt Russell Makepeace. Let's see what his story is so far today. Oop. Not going to let me do that. Okay, well, coming right at us. And he knocks it down. So we've got, what do you say? We got Columbus State. We've got USC Aiken. And looks like we are ready to go out to the fairway. Let's see here. Who is going to be first on our list? So again, this group is going to be our final group of USC Aiken, Valdosta State, and Columbus State. Oscar Abrahamson, Oscar Abrahamson, Chase Long, and Bryant Vale. So we'll see how this final pairing of these three schools plays out. Looks like we're going to go over here next. Columbus State in their navy tops up next. And let's see, maybe this camera might have a shot of where that one landed. And back out to the fairway for our final golfer in this group. Chase Long leading Valdosta State with a 7 under for the tournament. He's currently in third place. 4 birdies today. He's 4 under here in the final round. And that one's going to be right at the front of the green, it looks like. I wonder if we can see it on this one. I think this is going to be just off the... Thought there was another one up there. Eric Olin leads USC Aiken at 2 under for the tournament. He's in 12th place overall. 3 birdies, 2 bogeys here for a 1 under so far in his final round. And leading golfer for Columbus State is Bryant Vale. He's currently on our coverage, 4 under. He had an eagle on the 15th today. An eagle, followed that up with a bogey, 1 under for the afternoon. And again, 4 under in 8th place. So let's see, we've got somebody's going to be coming out of the sand here. And our other golfer still looks like he's making his way up. So there is a ball that is over here. That's the one that must have... Nope. No, that was good. Okay, now we'll send it over to this. That's a good up and down right there. All right. So let's get it out to the fairway, and our next three schools and pairings will make their way up. Where is that? Shoot. Now I believe Lee is wearing the red pants today on final round. But again, that would make sense. Anderson, no red in their color, so school color. So we have Anderson, Lee, and Georgia Southwestern. This will be Lee from the fairway on 18. This will be Georgia Southwestern. Mateo Quiroga. And Hopefully his family is tuned in again. I know they were watching yesterday from his home. I believe they said the group we were watching from Argentina. We do have a ball up on the green. And let's see here. Where is our final golfer go? Nope, we got one more to go yet. That one's going to be just to the left from our view. I don't know if that one... Yeah, there you go. So this should be the group of Mateo Quiroga, Sam McMillan, and Matthew Render. Georgia Southwestern, Anderson, and Lee University. Oh, is he shooting? Getting ready to shoot. A little shot of Mateo for the family. All right, we just saw an up and down from the sand on the last hole. Let's see how this one goes. I can't tell from our angle if he's in the sand or just near it. I guess we'll see in a moment. In the sand. Man, I cannot believe our stream cut out. I'm going to try to see. Oh my gosh. He made the putt, ladies and gentlemen. He made the putt just as we were going down. I hope that we didn't completely lose it. Oy vey. Mateo knocked the putt down, did great. Let's see if I can give him a camera shot as he walks over to the first hole to finish up his round. Knocked the birdie putt down. Again, I was just about to say that was our closest. Now, we haven't covered every group, but that was the closest that any of the groups that we had followed had it on their approach shot. So that was beautiful and a great job. And I hope we didn't completely miss that chance for his family to see that putt. And if so, man, I apologize. It was good. He knocked it down, was very happy. Gave a little fist pump and made his way over to hole number 10 as you saw there. So we will send it back out in the fairway. For our next GSW group. Where are they? Still coming up on their shots here on 10. Let's look at 9. So I was mentioning, Mateo with the birdie on 18 is now 3 under for the day. He's still got 6 holes to go. He's jumped 19 spots in the standings, up to 23rd now, even par for the tournament. Let's see, who did we have on that last group? That was McMillan. McMillan for Anderson, +2 for the afternoon, but I don't know if that was correct. They got an NA next to his name. And then Render for Lee, 3 over for the day, and he is birdied his first hole and then a couple of bogeys along the way, +11 for the event. All right, let's go back to the fairways. This group will be Davis Aaron, Jamie Markwick, and Drew Zielinski for Georgia Southwestern, Anderson, Lee. Okay. All right. Do we got something happening out there? We'll put it here for a moment as we scoot out to the fairway. First golfing up here. Davis Aaron for Georgia Southwestern. Okay, so Zielinski's even for the day. We'll see him from Lee. He's +2 overall. Davis Aaron, 2 over for the afternoon. However, he did birdie the 16th, so maybe heating things up a little bit. And did I say it was Markwick? Yeah. Markwick for Anderson, even par. He's birdied 13, 15, and 16. 3 under for the day, even for the tournament. So he is playing well. And I believe that's who we're looking at here. There's Davis Aaron. Lee is, hopefully we can get him in the shot. There he is. Wait, I thought that was, there he is. How about that? So this should be an interesting one if you could kind of maybe bend it around that tree a little bit that you see right in front of you. All right, and we'll zoom back in on Davis Aaron. All right, he had the best setup of the bunch. Let's see how he finishes off here. Puts himself in a good birdie spot, we hope. Doesn't seem thrilled with his shot, but let's see where it lands. So everybody will have a little bit of a challenging shot to see if they will get a birdie on the 18th. Markwick first to his ball. Man. Looks like Lee will go next. Nope, or maybe it'll be Aaron out of the sand. How about that chip? Davis Aaron finishes off with a par on the 18th. That's a good. That is a good par from where he was at. Well played to fight and get a par on that hole. No doubt about it. And that'll wrap up the 18th for this group. Next up, Joe Costa, Simon Wright, and George Cordell from Georgia Southwestern, Anderson and Lee coming your way. Costa 2 under for the day. He had an eagle on. He had an eagle on the 15th as well. So he is coming in birdie, birdie, bogey, eagle, par, and then whatever he just did on 17. 2 under for the tournament, 2 under for the day. He's moved up to 16th overall. Then we've got Simon Wright, George, and Mr. Cordell. Simon Wright, 2 under for the day, 3 under for the tournament, 12th place overall for Anderson. And Cordell is +1 for the afternoon, but he has birdied 13 and 15. +1 for the day, +1 for the tournament. As we'll go out and try to find them out in the fairway here. Looks like we've got a beat on Anderson. We've got Anderson. We've got our other 2 golfers. Where did they go? There they are. So it looks like Lee may go first here in this group. Middle of the fairway heading out first. Oh my. What a shot. Right up there by the flagstick. Let's go out to. Oop. golfer from Anderson in this group. And his ball is over right there is what he'll be looking at. I don't know if you can see it on this one. Yeah. Making their way up to 18. Oh, Costa will go first. You see the balls there on the green. Costa will try to finish it off here for a par. And he did it. Tapped it in, got himself that par, the nice chip setting it up to get him right up by the pin, or by the hole rather. And off to the first tee they go. This group still has their final hole is the 5th hole. So a couple more to go, but Costa will remain at 2 under for the tournament. And our next group will be Sam Brown, Can Gerdinelli, and Bennett McNabb. So let's go out in the fairway and see. Oh, all quiet in the fairway. At the moment. And we'll just stick with our last group as they make their way over to the tee, just to give us a little something to look at as we wait for the next group to come in. Sam Brown, Georgia Southwestern, Can Gerdinelli. Or, I'm sorry, Gerdenley. Probably a little bit closer. Out of Anderson, and then Bennett McNabb out of Lee. Costa with his tee on the first hole. And so we got some life over there in the 18th fairway. You see the practice green tucked behind the 9th green, so the golfers walk between the 2 holes, or the 2 greens there. They'll make their way down the first fairway, Georgia Southwestern, and again, big thanks to our presenting sponsor of this year's 10th annual Hurricane Invitational, and that's Alpha Insurance. Nate Gaiman, your local agent here in the Leesburg, Albany, and heck, he could even get you some coverage if you're an Americus resident as well. Nate, a former golfer at Georgia Southwestern, an Ping All-American, and still supporting his alma mater, presenting this year's Hurricane Invitational. Back-to-back years to the U.S. Amateur Championship he qualified for. Nate did. All right, let's see what we got. That's a look at Sam Brown. He is the first to his... Oh, we got to go for behind Sam. Let's go. Actually, it looks like both of our golfers will be behind Sam. So he is by far in the best position on this hole so far, but we'll see what that leads as these guys are getting ready for their second shot on the par 4. 397 yards. Dog leg left. Pin in the front today. And that one's good to get on the green, and it's going to roll and trickle a little bit towards the flag. Turns out to be a great shot from there. Excellent work. We'll go back out to the fairway. And Sam Brown also a couple of balls right over there by one another. Sam also with family watching. I feel like he told me, and forgive me if I'm wrong here, I feel like he told me that family was watching in Bolivia today, or yesterday rather. Bulgaria, there we go. I got my B's, wrong B. So that's wonderful. We hope you can enjoy a few moments of seeing your son or your grandson, family member, friend here in the States. I'm sure you're tracking along with the score. Sam 1 under for the tournament. He birdied the 15th, a couple of pars heading in to this hole. He's even on the day, 19th overall. And hopefully all three of these guys got a good look at birdie here. Where are we at here? And we got our first golfer going here. Whoop, there we go. Our golfer from Lee. And several golfers so far in our coverage have gotten up and down out of the sand. Played it really well to hang on to that par. right, we've got one more birdie opportunity yet. And we'll see if Sam can knock it down. Ooh, yes, sir. Another up and down out of the bunker. And GSW's Sam Brown finishes off that hole, and this group will move over to 1. Still 4 holes to go. A little walk by there. All right, our next group. Final pairing of these 3 schools will be Georgia Southwestern's Nicholas Escobar, Anderson's Luke Sullivan, and Lee's Luke Stock. Let's just keep it over here, since we know we might have some viewers in Bulgaria wanting to watch. Their hurricane. As we wait, their last group still getting to their balls in the fairway. All right, so let's see. Escobar's 4 under. He had his last birdie came on 15, a couple of pars. He's 4 under for the tournament, 1 under for the day, 9th place. I mentioned Luke Sullivan and Luke Stock also. Sullivan 6 under. He's in 6th place. Birdied the 15th as well. A couple of pars. 2 under for the day, 6 under for the tournament. And Luke Stock is 7 under in 3rd place. For Lee University, Luke Stock, 3rd place, 7 under par. 3 birdies today and a 3 under par for the day. His last birdie also coming on 15. Oop. So we got to take it back to the fairway. Hang with me. We'll do it this way. So this would be Luke Stock as well, getting ready to hit his second shot from here from the fairway. And right up by the pin he is. Let's go up for Escobar. And our final golfer. Luke Sullivan. And Sullivan will roll one up there as well. So there are your 3 shots. That's what we're looking at when this group makes their way up to the 18th. So all with the set up with at least a fair look at birdie. Escobar, a native of Ecuador. So perhaps he'll have some family watching as well today. See if he can deliver them a birdie putt. Let's see here. Who will go first? I think it's the first time we've had 3, just in our limited coverage, first time we've had 3 pretty good, I'd say pretty decent looks at birdie. All 3 golfers got a crack at it. No gimmies, of course, but still 3 chances at a birdie. So let's see if this group can at least get us one. Looks like Escobar is going to go first. Oh, no way. Well, that was about as close as you can get. Now let's see our second golfer in the group. Here's what he's looking at. Birdie putt. Also just a tap in away. All right, this could be big for Luke Stock as we'll take a quick peek at after this at where he's at on the player leaderboard. I know we said third, but how close? 5 strokes behind the leader, so Jack Vajda kind of running away with it for North Georgia at the moment. Oh my. Well, you guys can blame me. Maybe I set it up too much. 3 putts, all just left with a tap in. We will get a look at the top 4 golfers coming in. Vajda. I know, and I butchered this yesterday. He's 6 under for the day, 12 under for the tournament. The tournament record is 13 under. Ethan Day, North Georgia's at 8 under. Per Eklund from West Florida, 8 under. Cooper Tendrick, 7 under. And then there was Stock, also at 7 under. All right, so we'll set up. Oh, I just lost my iPad power. Let's get that back. As we head to the fairway. Let's step away for a second. Power it back up. We'll be right back. Okay, so how about that chip in? Well, there's a birdie. So we've got our groups coming in. This will be North Georgia, West Florida, Lincoln Memorial, the rest of the way. These are our top 3 teams coming in. We've got Hughes Threlkeld, Mason Minkle, and Max Reynolds. Oop, where are we at here? Let's get it together. Oop. So I believe that was UNG that just tapped in. Oh. And I will have to confirm, but I think this is West Florida that's wearing the dark. And if that was the case, that was Reynolds who tapped or chipped in on that last hole. Heck of a job on that, so hopefully he'll have a chance to go back and watch it. Yep, it sure was. So a nice chip in from Max Reynolds. And these guys just motored right along. We've got our next group will be Hunter Smith, Fabian Wennerloff, and Morgan Kane, North Georgia, West Florida, and Lincoln Memorial. Like I mentioned, that'll be how we close things out here this afternoon. They are not in the fairway. This group moved right along. So we'll send it out to the fairway. Let's go ahead and get ready for the next group to come in. I guess if you weren't watching yesterday, since they're still making their way, we'll give you the quick tour of the place as best we can. We make our way into the sun. You see our one camera green level. This is a look at the 9th hole. Golfers coming in on 9. Just beyond that to the left, your first fairway. And again, I mentioned thank you to Alpha Insurance and local agent Nate Gaiman for being the presenting sponsor of this year's Hurricane Invitational. So you got your practice green there. Cart barn. There's your tee. Was all decorated with the teams, and they've already switched it over for the members. And I know we're getting washed out a little bit, but there is your golf clubhouse. Pro shop. And we make our way back to the regular main clubhouse area here at Doublegate Country Club. As we do a quick drive-by, we'll come across the other side, pick up where we left off. 10th tee box, right along that cartway. And some clay courts, tennis courts. Kind of get washed out in the sunshine here a little bit on our shot. Bringing us back around to the 18th green. Not a cloud in the sky. Not a cloud in the sky. It is actually very sunny and warm with that sun beating down on you. And now we'll take a look around the 18th. Still waiting for our group to come down. There they are, off in the distance. So we should have 1, 2, 3. And this group is number 4, still remaining on our coverage of the 18th hole. North Georgia running away with this thing. They have a commanding 10-stroke lead. The Nighthawks are at 29 under par. West Florida at 19 under. Lincoln Memorial and Georgia Southwestern are tied for third at 13 under. From there, you're looking at Anderson at 9 under, Lee at 6 under. Those are all of your teams that are currently under par for the tournament. So you got 6 teams under par for the tournament. The rest of your field goes like this: USC Beaufort, Valdosta State, USC Aiken, Columbus State, Barton, Wingate, Georgia College, Carson Newman, and Shorter. No real big jump today. USC Beaufort is up 3 spots in the team standings. That would be your biggest leader. The top 3 teams have remained the same. Georgia Southwestern at the moment up 1 position. Anderson and Lee are where they finished yesterday. Valdosta, Columbus State, Barton, all where they were yesterday. And the other teams have either gone up 1 spot or down 1 spot. But nobody has made the big jump here on the final round. We do have our 2 golfers there, and 1 golfer, you can see his bag right there. And it looks like we are ready to go. So let's take it out to the fairway. And that one's going to be just to the back, a little bit towards the back. There you see. That one landed there. And now we'll go back out to the fairway. That is a tremendous shot from there. We could be looking at our next birdie on 18. All right, let's take it where we at here. This will be West Florida. Lincoln Memorial now putting for birdie. This is West Florida now. And a birdie for North Georgia. Taking care of business. All right, let's see who our next group is coming in. We out in the fairway yet? No. Nobody in the fairway. Guys working over there on 9. So this should be the group of Colby Bennett, TJ Thompson, and Ian Taggart coming in for North Georgia, West Florida, and Lincoln Memorial on the 18th. 2 groups to follow after them. We're looking at 9, however, in the meantime. All right, well, we'll leave it there for a moment. And take a quick run to the car, grab that camera, and be back. So we're just going to let it go. They still haven't come on 18 yet. Still up at the tee box, so we will be back in a moment to catch you through here on the final couple groups of our Hurricane Invitational. Well, quite a delay here between groups. they'll rapid fire in afterwards. Should only have about another 3 groups to go here. As we take a look at the team standings, North Georgia rather coasting into the finish line, 32 under par for the Nighthawks. They have a 12-stroke advantage over West Florida. The Argonauts at 20 under. They are 10 under today, which is matches the low round yesterday of 10 under that Lincoln Memorial had in the opening round, but doesn't touch the 17 under that North Georgia has fired here this afternoon. 32 under for the tournament, West Florida 20 under, Lincoln Memorial and Georgia Southwestern still tied at 13 under. Anderson's a couple strokes back at 10 under from that pack, and Lee sits at 6 under. Followed by Valdosta State, USC Aiken, USC Buford, Columbus State, Barton, Wingate, Carson Newman, Georgia College, and Shorter. It looks like we have some life out there in the fairway. You were on once again looking at the 18th hole, waiting for our final groups to come in. Course has played particularly well today. All the teams are shooting, all top four teams have shot their best round here on Tuesday. North Georgia best round by 10 strokes. West Florida shooting their best round by 3 strokes. Lincoln Memorial shooting I take that back. Lincoln Memorial had that 10 under in round 1. They're 5 under today. Georgia Southwestern 8 under for the day. They're topping their best round by 4 strokes. Lee and Anderson have both matched. They're 7 under. Anderson's 7 under today matches their round 1 total, and Lee's 4 under matches their 4 under they shot in round 2. All right, let's go back to the fairway. This should be North Georgia here. Everybody smack dab in the fairway, just a matter of we've got a left, a right, and a middle. Our middle golfer will take aim first from North Georgia. We'll move to the right. Liked that one, and for good reason. And now to the left. So we got a couple of balls And good spots for potential birdie putts coming up. We'll slide over. I guess the one ball is just out of our shot. The fairway back to the left on that shot, their picture that you're looking at right there. A couple of great approach shots out of this bunch. All right, let's see who is up first. Looks like it'll be North Georgia putting out. Nope. Everybody's just looking around. Oh, man. Just couldn't catch a break on that one. West Florida next up. No. Yes. There's a birdie. What have we here? And maybe heading up. And wait for our final groups to make their way towards us on 18. Appears that that's West Florida out in the fairway of 18. And a good shot from there. Try to see if we got one. Somebody shooting on this side or no? I guess not. Well, we're going to take it to the fairway where I know we got somebody lined up to shoot. Lincoln Memorial apparently in the fairway here. And our final golfer of this group will be out of North Georgia. And TJ Thompson had the birdie on the last hole. And that shot, whoop, let's back it up a little bit. Landed right there. So that's what Vajda will have. Vajda, again, if I said it wrong, 1,000 apologies. But Jack, your tournament leader, that's what he'll be looking at. Cooper Tendrick in this group, as well as Loic Nas from Lincoln Memorial. Tendrick from West Florida. Final two groups of the afternoon making their way up to 18. Jack, your tournament leader. Take a quick look at the player leaderboard. 4-stroke lead. Four-stroke lead for Vajda. 7 under. He's 13 under for the day. 4-stroke lead over Ethan Day, who will be in the next group, his teammate from North Georgia. Per Ekelund, I'm going to guess, we haven't said his name, so he'll be coming in the next group as well at 9 under. Cooper Tendrick from West Florida, who just shot, and I believe might have a shot at a birdie here. He's at 8 under. Those are your top 4 golfers coming into the end of this tournament. Where are we here? Oh, there he is. That was Lincoln Memorial. And West Florida's going to have a birdie attempt here. For birdie. That close. I'll look to the heavens in disbelief he couldn't get one to fall there on the 18th. But an easy tap-in par to finish the round for West Florida. Cooper Tendrick. So he'll stay at 8 under. Shot a 2 under today. Had a 6 under in round 2. As you look to the fairway, look at these 3 guys. They are the closest of anybody we've had all afternoon, and they're all 3 right there going for it on 18. There's a good look at Cooper. All right, who gets to go first? Our final 3 golfers of the afternoon. Looks like, I want to say that's West Florida will get us started. And if so, that'll be Per Eklund. Currently tied for second place. Him and Ethan Day, -9. Somebody could grasp the runner-up for themselves here on how they finish. Looks like North Georgia will go next. Well, I don't see. And bring it back in for I believe this is Lincoln Memorial to round it out. And that was a good one. Depends on the angle you look at. Still looks like he got some ground to cover to get it up to the pin, but he'll have at least a good look at a birdie anyway. Teammates making their way up to the berm. Watch them roll in. Oops. Ethan Day, Per Eklund, and George Durkin. Durkin from Lincoln Memorial. Eklund from West Florida, and Day from North Georgia. There comes the final group. Again, North Georgia with a 9-stroke advantage, 29 under par, 20 under for the tournament is West Florida. Georgia Southwestern has leapfrogged Lincoln Memorial for the moment to grab third place sole possession at 14 under. Lincoln Memorial 13 under. Anderson also 13 under, so a good cluster there, waiting to see how things play out. And Lee is at 8 under, the final team under par for the tournament. So we take a look where everybody's at. Final pairing, bringing to close the 10th annual Hurricane Invitational, presented this year by Alpha Insurance agent, local agent Nate Gaiman. Saw Nate just a few minutes ago when I had to step away from the broadcast computer, and he was grabbing a cart and going to go out and watch a little bit of the final couple holes. North Georgia is going to lead things off here to close out Hurricane Invite. That close, wow. North Georgia looking on. So we got, looks like this will be Lincoln, no, West Florida will go next. This for a birdie. And a chance to take sole possession of second place in the individual standings for Per Eklund. He definitely gave it a run, was not going to leave it short, was going to give himself a chance, and now he'll have to knock down the comeback. Lincoln Memorial lines it up. Oh. We've seen a couple rim out today on just this one hole that we've been watching. The 18th has not been kind. A couple of close putts. Everybody finishing up. West Florida. Knocks it home. And that'll do it. Ethan Day closes things out. And North Georgia claims the Hurricane Invitational Team Championship. Oop. We'll head over there. Still wait for the final leader scores to get reported, but heading into that moment, it was 29 under par. So a great showing and a great weekend for North Georgia, their second team title in 3 years. North Georgia, actually it's their third in 4 years. They were winners in 22 and 23 when this event was a spring event. Georgia Southwestern won. The host took the first fall event, which was last fall. And now this fall, North Georgia has regained their tournament title. Overall, in the 10 years of the program, North Georgia has claimed the team championship 4 times, now with their win here in 2024. Well, we'll let them finish up the final tallies, get the official scorecards turned in, and I will make my way over there to grab a photo of the winning Nighthawks. We're coming back to Dahlonega with some hardware as they claim the 2024 Hurricane Invitational, presented by Alpha Insurance and the Nate Gaiman Agency. A sunny and warm 2 days, which is good because it seems like in the spring we were always catching rain every time it was the Hurricane Invitational. We were destined for at least 1 day of rain. Well, we got 2 days of nothing but sunshine and a little bit of gnats to go along with it. So beautiful weather, great scoring the last day all around. North Georgia, if I'm not mistaken, they're going to come up with that 29 under par. They'll be just shy of setting a team record. 31 under was set by Georgia Southwestern in 2020, so just shy of the team record, but you get out of that 31 under range and it drops down to 14 under was the score that North Georgia had 2 years ago, which was the second lowest total recorded at this event. Jack Vaja came close to getting the lowest championship score, 13 under. A couple of Zach Zedeker from Delta State, Vincent Norman from GSW were 13 under back in 2020 and 2019. So 13 under was the lowest team score. Vaja, I think, went for it, went after it on the 18th, came up short as he was over par on the 18th, and will finish at 10 under for the tournament. A great week nonetheless. 3 under, 3 under, 4 under for Jack Vaja. Ethan Day is waiting for this last score to repost, but he was at 9 under for the event. Per Eklund also at 9 under, and Cooper Tendrick at 8 under. Well, thanks for tuning in. That will conclude this year's edition of the Hurricane Invitational. Hope you had a chance to at least catch a glimpse. I know we were only on one hole, but catch a glimpse of your favorite player, favorite team. Congratulations to the Nighthawks of the University of North Georgia, this year's Hurricane Invitational champions. We'll catch up with you again next fall. Thanks for tuning in. This has been a broadcast of Georgia Southwestern Athletics, Peach Belt Conference Sports Network, and our YouTube channel, GSW Athletics, as well. Take care, and we'll look forward to seeing you again next fall.